So you want to get involved in real estate, but you don't know where to start. Perhaps you don't know if it's for you, or perhaps you even think it's too late to get involved. Well, unlike other trends, it's never too late to get involved in real estate. And because so many people have done it in the past, there are proven methods how to do it. Real estate is about the long term. If you want to take real estate seriously, you have to start thinking about it from the long term. I'm going to break this video down into 3 different sections. How to get experience in real estate and working in the real estate sector if you want to work in real estate. 2, how to invest in real estate. And 3, thinking outside the box, how tech will impact the real estate market in the future and what opportunities that might open up for you career-wise and investment-wise. Part 1, getting experience within the real estate industry. Not everyone wants to work in property. Some people just want to invest in it and be very hands-off, but perhaps you want to be hands-on. Well, the glory of the property industry is that there are so many ways to get experience and to grow your knowledge. One of the best ways to gain knowledge and experience is to work within the industry. There are jobs in agency, property management, design, planning, project management, construction, fund management, investment, and even general business. There's always opportunities to gain experience within the real estate industry. I remember when I was in college, there was a saying that all businesses are property businesses. And at the time, this was very true. If you're a retailer, you needed a building for a shop. If you were running an office, you needed an office building to house your staff. If you were a manufacturer, you needed a factory, etc. Everyone needed a property no matter what business they were in. The same is kind of true now. Perhaps it's a little bit watered down. But if you are in tech, perhaps you still need an office for your people to work in. Also, you probably need to store products if you're just on online sales, as well as your data is going to have to be stored somewhere as well. So nearly every business still has some sort of a property function as well. My point is you can get real estate experience in many different areas. I myself started my career in Tesco Ireland. At the time, Tesco probably had about 17 shopping centres, over 300 tenants, as well as Tesco had about 100 stores in Ireland, petrol stations, and they had a large number of development sites and were quite active in acquisitions. I'm going to say this twice because I think it's quite important. I learned more about real estate working for a supermarket than I did working for an agency. I'm going to say it again. I learned more about real estate working for a supermarket company than I did working for a property agency. Property related jobs aren't just limited to estate agencies. Companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook all have property departments. So do most supermarkets. Pension funds like Aviva, Davies, Blackstone, Irish Life, iPut all have huge property functions, as well as government bodies also have a lot of property related functions as well. You don't have to limit your experience or your career to a real estate agent. If you are interested in development, experience in the construction sector would be far more beneficial, perhaps even gaining experience from project management, plumbing, electrician, tiling, the list goes on. I would say I've met far more successful small property investors who started off in a trade than people who started off as real estate agents. If you're looking to get into an investment long term, I suggest learning more about leases, funding and legals. If development is more down your alley, experience in construction will be far more beneficial. In terms of gaining experience and knowledge, there are plenty of courses, college degree courses, which are usually beneficial for your career in real estate, but there are online courses as well. Many of the courses that come out of the UK and the US will recommend certain strategies like bid to rent or deal sourcing. In US, sometimes they can be focused on wholesaling and Airbnb. A lot of these strategies don't always translate to Ireland, and in most cases they're not really investing in property, but you can gain a lot of experience what it's like to work and manage property by doing some of these strategies, particularly if you're looking for experience in rent to rent, etc. That will give you a huge amount of experience in what it's like to rent and manage property, but you can gain the same experience working for an agency without taking on the risk associated with rent to rent, and you'll get a salary from an agency. There's also nothing new about a rent-to-rent strategy. Hotels and offices or service offices have been doing this for decades. Rent-to-rent can work, but can also be very risky if rule changes. Many rent-to-rent businesses went bankrupt during COVID or when COVID hit. And while I wouldn't consider rent-to-rent to be an investment, it definitely is one way to gain experience from a letting and property management. But as I said, you can gain the exact same experience working for a letting company. Before I move on to the second section of this video, hopefully this channel is providing you with some knowledge and some advice. If it is, please consider subscribing to the channel and show your support by liking this video as well. So part 2, how to start off in real estate investment. Some people want to rush into real estate investment. Many that do actually lose out. Real estate investment is about the long term. Most of the successful investors that I've met or dealt with in the past are always thinking about the long term. And I think there is a few things that you should ask yourself before you actually get involved in real estate investment, and that is ask yourself why. Why do you want to get involved in real estate investment? I think ask yourself 4 whys. Why do I want to get involved in real estate? Because it will give me money. Why do you want to get that money? Ask yourself all these questions, figure out exactly really why you want to get involved in real estate investment to make sure it's right for you before you go down that path. So if you're still watching, I'm going to take it that you still want to pursue a career, or at least you want to start investing in real estate. What I would always recommend for anyone looking to start in real estate investment, or people who are starting out, is to focus on 4 key elements. The first is grow your earned income so you have some cash to invest in passive income like real estate. Secondly, grow your knowledge of the market that you wish to invest in. Third, grow your network. The majority of your deals will come from your network, and sometimes even your funding can come from your network as well. And 4, I would highly recommend developing a team. I'm not talking about employing anyone. What I'm talking about is building a successful team, and a team you trust. Anyone who wants to be successful in real estate investment needs a very good, trusted team around them, including solicitors, project managers, contractors, agents, property managers. The very best property investors have a trusted team around them. So digging deeper into those 4 key elements that I think everyone can start doing when they start out in their career to invest in real estate. The first is turning your earned income into investments so you have more passive income. The goal is to eventually have more passive income than you have earned income. Your earned income will be your wage from your time and your knowledge, and the idea is that you want to use that to invest in real estate. But you may find that you can make money from working in real estate to invest directly in real estate, but many of you actually might find that you can make more cash working in finance jobs, tech jobs, legal jobs, even medicine, etc. There's plenty of other jobs that pay better than real estate jobs, that you can earn more income and invest quicker into real estate investments. Once you build up some earned income and savings, you can invest directly into real estate, or perhaps you decide to go and do a joint venture or partnerships with other people if you haven't got enough cash ready to invest individually into some real estate projects. Or perhaps some small investors may want to access some funds. In the US, there's loads of crowdfunding platforms that give small investors opportunity to directly invest in real estate. Those opportunities aren't really readily available in Ireland, mainly because the cost of setting up such a fund is very expensive, and generally only large investors have access to it. The next key principle to focus on is to grow your knowledge. If you're not planning to work in real estate, I would still study the markets that you know that you're going to invest in. Also get to know the laws and regulations around leasing and tenancies, because they can have a great impact on your overall value of your property. I would also, if you're not thinking about directly investing in property and holding it yourself, learn more about actually investing in funds that are related to property, because that can give you direct access to property investments as well. Growing your network or your team can be one of the most important investments that you make. Your network can teach you, your network can provide you with deals, it can also provide you with funding, it can also provide you with access to off-market deals as well as off-market knowledge as well. Your network can help you see opportunities that others would miss. If you don't have the funding to invest right now, or perhaps you're working on growing your earned income so you have some savings to invest, there is nothing stopping you growing your team or growing your network right now, because it is a great asset to have long term. So part 3 in the final section of this video, thinking outside the box in terms of real estate investment and experience. Think about where real estate is heading, think where the opportunities might be in the future, and think about where career opportunities might also be. I personally have been following blockchain technology perhaps as far back as 2012, so 10 years plus now. There's nothing that has really inspired me as groundbreaking technology in the sector, and prop tech, I think, sometimes adds to the process, or there's too many layers to it, or adds more layers to it than it's worth, and perhaps a lot of time this prop tech doesn't get industry buy-in, and without industry buy-in it's just not going to work. But recently I have started to see some interesting developments. I think there are two very kind of interesting developments, one being around funding and allowing smaller investors use blockchain technology to access some larger funds that perhaps they would never get access to, and it will open up liquidity within the real estate market as well through blockchain and security tokens. Will be a very interesting sector of the market for the next few years. I think the technology is there, the legislation quite hasn't caught up with it, but I think it's one area that will open up liquidity and open up perhaps funds and larger investment opportunities for small investors out there. And I think this will be a game changer for small investors. The next area of interest would be construction. I think there's a lot of prop tech companies around that are very good at project management, even construction management and building management, particularly with some of the new buildings that are being constructed. Some of the prop tech that has gone into some skyscrapers lately is phenomenal. But I think with the housing crisis, I think there's a huge opportunity for prop tech to develop houses. Developing or building a house or building is very complex these days, but I feel there's a great opportunity for prop tech to make efficiencies in construction and design and reduce program timing and reduce overall construction costs. And I think there is great opportunities for companies out there, and I think there will be a lot of job opportunities within this sector as well. If you are considering a career in real estate, perhaps those are two areas you might want to consider and look into in more detail, because I think they're both industries that will kind of blossom and bloom over the next 10 years. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us over on Instagram, like this video as well. Consider some links below to some of our newsletters. As always, I want to say thanks for watching.